I know I've had some trouble getting content up lately, and I wanted to show you a little bit of why. This was me actually at USA Judo Senior Nationals this last weekend. You will notice I look amazing in a suit and a mask. And so the match we're going to look at here is actually some open weight category, and actually this one is masters. So this is people over 30, and I believe these folks are limited to below 50. There is a separate category for people older than that. So what we're watching is judo. This is a grappling sport. It is an Olympic sport. Something I'm very, very active in, but just a very different part of my life. Generally, these would be done in weight classes. However, no good. Generally, those would be done in weight classes, but in this particular instance, since this is an open weight category, you will see a very large size difference. I participated in weigh-ins. The player in blue here is just over 81 kilograms, so what's that? 170-ish. And the player in white weighed in at about 130 kilograms, so that's more than 280 pounds. Generally, this will not be seen, however, in open weight categories, sometimes it's a thing. Unfortunately, I did not know about the live stream until we were already started, so I would like to have been able to show the live stream, get it up on Twitter, get some people in there to check it out. Unfortunately, we were just not able to know about it in time. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and show you a highlight of one of the matches that I did, just to show you this is something I did. This was something that I was participating in over the weekend. Everybody that went in, spectators, referees, the crew personnel, everybody ended up taking a PCR test ahead of time and took an on-site rapid antigen response test. So, yeah, you see these players on the mat without masks. They were wearing masks anywhere except on the mat in the building. And like I say, anybody that made it into this room had passed at least 2 and possibly 3 screens ahead of time. So we're being as safe as we can be. Speaking of safety, I suddenly noticed that this player is bleeding from his nose. He got bopped in his nose here, so we're having him come off to the side of the mat, get the blood cleaned up before he can put hands on anybody else. Unfortunately, that's the same protocol that we've had well before our more modern communicable disease issues. If you haven't seen me rant about this before, this is a grappling art. The point of the game is to throw your opponent onto his back. You get partial points for throwing him onto his side. If you get onto the ground, you have to hold him onto his back for 20 seconds. You can also score points by choking or armbarring to get submission. These players are not particularly interested in groundwork. I think you saw the much larger player tried to sort of lay on him at one point, and it just wasn't working. And the smaller dude, I think, just a minute ago tried to get a hold of him and try and get some movement going on the ground, but was not able to get anywhere. So they're going to come up with the bleach spray, make sure everything is safe and there is nothing alive. Get all the blood cleared up, and we'll get going back again in just a second. Ooh, and white gets penalty for just passive play, just not playing enough. Ooh. Not going to be an issue in this match, but if you continue to receive penalties, the third one will disqualify you from the game. My dude here in the blue is a very active instructor and competitor from the Atlanta area. So I see him quite a bit, and I always enjoy watching him. It is nice to see him get to work, especially on somebody that he's given up 90 pounds to this guy, right? Like he looks a little smaller. I'm going to go ahead and tell you from standing close to them, he is much smaller than the man he's working on. He is younger, which gives him somewhat of an advantage. He is a little closer to his glory days, but there's an art to trying to move somebody 90 pounds heavier than you. You can't just you can't just stand where he's got power and hope nothing bad happens. That's gonna go real badly. And from the other side, it's somewhat difficult as well, right? Because you expect the blue player to be faster. The player in white here needs to lock him down, hold him in one place to be able to get a hold of him and control his body. We're seeing blue pick up the exact same penalty, just not active enough. White's going to get another one here in a minute if he doesn't get going. The two of them are so oddly matched that you just... Oh, on his side. Get a half point. Throw himself around. I love that. I love that. I think they did a really good job with the live stream as well. I wish I'd known about it so I could have tweeted about it and tried to get some people on the live stream. But I was very, very happy with the way all this went. Yeah, and y'all can all check out me in my amazing suit. Yeah, so this isn't something that I expect to share a whole lot with people, but these kind of things are out there. It is a sport that I'm very active in, and I don't really share that with my YouTube audience very often. So I'm glad somebody took the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed. And anytime you want to talk to me about sports and judo in general, I love talking about this. It's just not something that comes up all the time. Hope you have a good night. We'll get some better content that's more normal for this channel up soon. Thanks.